Hey everyone, it's Ace. If you're new here, I mostly make art commentary and other art content. If you're interested in that type of content, consider subscribing. Also, sorry for not posting a long-form video in a bit. May was super busy for me, so I tried to get some short-form stuff out instead. But now I'm back with every artist's favorite topic, the art community. I know this is already a pretty talked about topic, but I'd like to throw in my thoughts and also be open to a respectful discussion in the comments of this video. Now stop yapping about that and get to the actual video. Also, sorry if my voice sounds dead, it's really early in the morning, and I lost my voice the other day, so it's not really in its best condition, but this is the only time that I could record. So excuse that. So, after that whole thing on TikTok with that one artist pretending to be a beginner, it feels like there's been a lot of hate for beginner artists now. People seem to constantly forget that beginners aren't automatically Leonardo da Vinci, and they make mistakes. No one is automatically good at art. Art isn't a talent, it's a skill learned by time and practice. With, yes, mistakes along the way. These people who harass beginner artists also seem to forget that they were also beginners at one point. No one picks up a pencil and draws the Mona Lisa. It takes time, energy, practice, and encouragement. Positivity can help encourage beginner artists to improve. Bullying people because their art isn't up to your own standards is more likely to push the beginner artist away from the art community, social media, and even art in general. One other thing I'd like to add is that there's no maximum age to be a beginner artist. I'm sure that there are plenty of people over the age of 20 who just recently decided to pick up art as a hobby. And any beginner artist watching this video, don't feel bad if you feel like you're not improving as fast as other people you see. Everyone improves at a different rate. I started drawing humans last year. One of my friends started around the same time as me. Her rendering and anatomy is much better than mine is, because she improved faster than me. I now have better anatomy and am improving at shading, but I improve slower than my friend. People improve at different rates, so don't feel bad if you think that you're behind other artists. I always support beginner artists, so I hope that this part of the video makes you feel more motivated if you feel like the internet doesn't really like your art. Back onto the topic of harassment, now I'll be talking about the infamous art lore. When I first heard of the term, I thought it was lore about your art and characters, but of course I was wrong. Art lore, to the surprise of absolutely no one, is mostly found on TikTok. I think it's on other platforms too, but TikTok is the one most known for it. Art lore is basically when an artist does something someone doesn't like draw stylized work, and then they get a bunch of videos harassing them. I feel like when this topic is talked about, we are always reminded of the Crooked situation. In case you've been living under a rock, Crooked was an artist on TikTok who shared their rendering process. People didn't like that the eyes were farther up on the head than they were used to, so what was the obvious solution to not liking someone's art? Multiple videos harassing them. It got so bad that Crooked left TikTok altogether. People still reference rendering process in comment sections under art that they don't like. In similar situations, people have made fake allegations about people. Children or beginner artists are harassed. A lot of people leave the platform after all of this harassment. TikTok made bullying artists into a trend, and it's horrible. I hope that they get it through their thick skulls that if you don't like something, scroll, unless it's actually harming someone. I don't condone harassment. This goes to anyone watching this video, too. Don't harass anyone you see, even if they're being a jerk. They're all just rage baiters begging for attention. Like I mentioned in the art lore section, when TikTok or even other platforms don't like someone's art, they immediately resort to harassment and fake allegations. I heard about a literal 14-year-old being called a pedophile. 14 years old. Anyways, there's also a lot of bigotry and hate for stylized work. Apparently, the rules of TikTok art community include don't draw plus-sized characters or people of color. Seriously, it's such a problem that someone wants to draw plus-sized characters or a black character or a gay or trans character. I genuinely don't see the problem with drawing these things as long as there are no ill intent behind the drawings. I see this a lot with people's My Little Pony human versions, but these are the artist's interpretations of the characters. It's not your job to change it. I don't have as much to say on this topic as the others, but I did feel like this needed to be said. I never really see this talked about as often as it should be, or at least in videos. In some comment sections, I see some people mention that children shouldn't be making art commentary at all. I partially agree with this. I feel like a lot of 13-year-olds probably don't do their research before covering a topic, but I feel like it's pretty harmless as long as it's not about a specific person. Like, I look back at what websites you should use for your art video, and it's not very well made. I definitely put some misinformation. I probably should have mentioned TikTok in there too. I'm gonna, keep it up, but I don't stand by anything that I said in that video anymore. But it's really not that bad, because there's plenty of other videos covering the same topic. But anyways, children shouldn't be making call-out videos on specific people, especially about grooming or pro-shipping. Talking about these things can put the kid in actual danger, which is why I never talk about these things and prefer to keep my comment more general to the art community instead of a specific person. I also feel like if a kid covers a controversial topic, they might get a lot of harassment, which can very negatively affect them. Now, I'm a kid. I try my best to cover topics in a mature manner without sounding like super immature or whatever. A lot of kids can't really do that. They don't even try. Now, maybe I'm not all that mature, but at least I don't cover dramas that can put me in actual danger. I don't insult people or call people slurs in my videos. I don't blow things out of proportion when I talk about them. This doesn't even apply to just kids. Even immature adults can be bad at commentary. I feel like at the very least, do some research and talk to friends about whether a topic would be good to cover. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Just do your research. Don't spread misinformation. Also, I just wanted to add that people mature at different rates. So, don't go and harass people for spreading misinformation. Approach it in an actually helpful way. Hey, you got this wrong in your video. Instead of oh, you suck, your art commentary sucks, get off the internet. It's just be respectful. You don't know, if this person is not maturing as fast as other people their age. Because everyone matures at different rates. There's a bunch of really immature 13-year-olds, and there are some more mature 13-year-olds. Just, be respectful. Don't harass people. Yeah, I know I'm going to mention this a lot in these videos, but yeah, don't harass people. So this topic is pretty relevant to everything that I've talked about, so I won't go over every individual thing again. However, I do feel like I want to mention this. It feels like there's always some sort of new drama in the art community, on every platform. I know that I mentioned TikTok a lot in this video, but that's just because everything I had to say was at least somewhat relevant. Other platforms definitely have their issues, but, TikTok is the one that's most known for having issues. There's always some new drama or art lore. I really hope that these people can, grow up and realize that art isn't some competition for who can bully someone off the platform the fastest. That's all I really have to say for this video. I also wanted to make a section on AI, but that could be a whole different video. So I'll be ending it here. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, maybe support me by leaving a like or a comment. Remember to be respectful in the comments. I'll delete any harassment. I've been Ace, and I'll see you in the next one.